Hi dear friends, today we can discuss one of the important factors work behind the success of database management system is nothing but the normalization database management system. We can go through our topics of discussion. One is redundancy and inconsistency, anomalies, and first normalization, second normalization, and normalization. Dear friends, before entering to our topics, we can discuss generally what is normalization. Before discussing that normalization, we have to consider one thing. What is abnormal situation? The opposite of normalization. If it is abnormal, we have to normalize it. That's right. Then, what is abnormalization? Abnormalized form. That means, in the case of abnormalized form, some problems we have to face it to manage database management system. That is the first thing we are discussing. This nothing but redundancy. Maybe the term may be relevant. Then data is a condition created within a database or data storage technology in which the same piece of data is kept in more than one separate places. That means you are storing your data in different areas. That means in repeated fashion. The main problem behind that repeated fashion is you can see it in the screen itself. In the screen, you can see the one medical field, the data of the medical field. You can see the bill number, date, customer ID, customer name, customer address, customer phone number, etc. Many things that I have mentioned in that slide. You just consider one thing, the phone number of a customer. Yeah, your number may be changed naturally because you can take a new connection and you can change your phone number. That's a regular thing. That's not an important factor. The main problem we have to face is instead of considering the case of customer, you just consider the case of doctor. Some phone numbers are very relevant to us because if a doctor changes his phone number, you cannot contact him. That is the main problem we have to face. Whenever you note this phone number in your database, you have to check what is the use of database. You have to access it again. When you are accessing the data of this doctor, what the number you will get? You will get more than one phone number. So in which number you will contact? That makes confusion. In that situation, it's called redundancy. You are copying the same number twice. Not the same number, maybe different number. That is one case. That is the one abnormal situation. Then the next case is inconsistency. Inconsistency means data inconsistency refers to a situation of keeping the same data in different formats in two different tables or situations wherever it occurs to match the data between tables. It can also cause unreadable and meaningless information. The same thing, you just consider the case of doctor itself. In a critical situation, that medical shop has to contact that doctor. What will happen? What will happen means you are noting that the number of doctors in one place it is 1, 2, 3. In another place it may be updated phone number. It may be 1, 2, 4. So in which number you will contact? That means when you are contacting the database for a data, then the database is giving you a wrong number, not wrong number, a confusing number. That is the main problem that will be created by the redundancy. That problem is called inconsistency. Then these two problems, these relevant problems, always making some confusions and some problems in the case of database management. That is called anomalies in the EMS. Where there are three types of anomalies that occur when the database is not normalized. These are in the case of insertion, in the case of updation, and in the case of deletion. Then you just check about update anomaly. What is the role of this redundancy inconsistency in update anomaly? If you want to update the address of a customer, then you have to update the same in all rows below that the customer of that data will become inconsistent. The main problem is if you have not the number or address of the customer twice or thrice, then what will happen? What is actually happening is if you update the new address, you have to update every record. Wherever you noted the address of that customer, you have to update it everywhere, each and everywhere of that record. Then next one is insert anomaly. Insert anomaly means if you have to insert a new, for example, you have to insert a new doctor into your database. Your medical bill database, you have to insert a new doctor. Because your medical office belongs to a hospital, one of the new doctors joined into that hospital, then at that time you have to note that the address and details of that doctor. Unfortunately, you cannot add a new record without adding bill number or medical details. So that is the case of insert anomaly. Suppose a new doctor joins the hospital, none of his patients buy any medicine from your medical store, then we would not be able to insert the data into the tablet if customer field does not allow nuns. Okay, that is the case of insertion anomaly. Next is deletion anomaly. Suppose if at a point of time the company withdraws a medicine, then we have to delete the row, because after that we are not permitted to access that medical record. The rows that are having that medicine would also delete the information of some customer, since he or she got only that medicine. If you remove that medicine, because only one person bought that medicine only once, then after removing that medicine, what will happen is that the details of that patient and that details of that doctor also will be lost due to that deletion. These are the main anomalies we are facing due to this data redundancy and inconsistency. Then, for this abnormal situation that you already see, what are the consequences that is going to make by redundancy and inconsistency? Normalization is the solution for it. That means we are normalizing one abnormal situation. Then normalization is a process of organizing data in database to avoid data redundancy, insert anomaly, update anomaly, and deletion anomaly. Database normalization is the process of organizing the fields and tables of relation database to minimize redundancy and dependency. We have to underline minimize. We cannot avoid the redundancy completely. Sometimes we have to allow redundancy and dependency also. Okay, that is already inclined in that table. Then normalization usually involves dividing large tables into smaller tables and defining relations between them. Because the normalization means whenever we are processing a normalization, a large table will be split into 2 or 3 or more new small tables, and its result is the normalized version. It will consider, or it will contain the minimum size of redundancy and the minimum case of inconsistency. Then the normalization, the objective is to isolate data so that additions, deletions, modifications of a field can be made into one table and then propagate through the rest of the table via defined relationships. Normalization is used to avoid or eliminate the 3 types of anomalies which a database may suffer from. These anomalies are insertion anomaly, deletion anomaly, and updation anomaly. Then we can consider the first normal form. How can we convert an unorganized table into a normalized form? The first form is first normal form. As per the rule of first normal form, an attribute of a table cannot hold multiple values. It should hold only atomic values. This type of tables which is satisfying these conditions are also called in first normal form, and is also called 1 and F. Then, for example, just let us consider the same table medical bill. Here it is bill number, date, customer ID, customer name, customer address, customer phone number, section, doctor name, doctor ID, doctor contact, serial number, item code, item name, etc. It is mentioned in that table. Then, even if you are considering it as a single row, it's not a problem. If you are continuing the same thing as a group, it is not allowed in first normal form. Naturally, the people making tables in the first normal form. The second case is the second normal form 2NF. A table is said to be 2NF if both the following conditions hold. What are the conditions? The first one is the table must be in first normal form. And another condition is no non-prime attribute is dependent on the proper subset of any candidate key of the table. Then an attribute that is not part of any candidate key is known as non-prime attribute. For example, you just consider the table already considered the medical bill table, which is in 1 form that we already discussed. The condition for second normal form is we have to consider the key of this table, medical bill table. We have the combination, bill number and serial number are the 2 attributes that make candidate key and primary key. Then you just consider one thing that fields that is mentioned in green, that are directly related to bill number. That means if you get the bill number, you can find out its date. If you get the bill number, you can find out its customer ID. If you get the bill number, you can find out the total number. If you get the bill number, you can find out discount, etc. You don't need serial number to find out the brand or total or discount or net or patient details. The same thing, the remaining part, the bill number and serial number. You need bill number and serial number to find out item code. Bill number and serial number to find out the rate, etc. So, in the definition of second normal form, it is clear that bill number and serial number jointly make the primary key. But unfortunately, bill number itself can find out some of the fields that is already mentioned in this table. So it cannot be allowed in the case of second normal form. So we have to partition and divide this big table into smaller ones. Then this is the second normal form of the given table. We are partitioning this table into two. One is medical bill and the medical bill sum. The medical bill contains just bill number, date, customer ID, customer name, customer address, etc. That is directly related to bill number. And medical bill sum contains bill number, serial number, and all other fields remaining in the table. Now this is in second form. Now it is already in first normal form, and more than that, we have to consider one thing. Bill number, the joint keys already exist only in the medical bill, and if you get the bill number, you cannot find out item code, you cannot find out item name, you cannot find out rate. If you get the serial number, you cannot find out the quantity, you cannot find out the CGST or something. Okay, that means that joint key itself can find out it jointly can find out all other fields, non-prime fields in the medical bill sub-table. And in the case of first table medical bill, only one attribute is just for that key factor. So we doesn't have any headache for second normal form purpose. Then the next one is third normal form. How can you make a table in third normal form? A table design is said to be in third normal form if both the following conditions hold. The first condition is it must be in second normal form. The second one is transitive function dependency of non-prime attribute or any superkey should be removed. That means in third normal form, it is handling transitive dependency. If you are bothering about transitive dependency, it must be removed from this table. Then we can go through this example itself. Yes, you can see two tables in the screen. One is medical bill and another one is medical bill sum. That we already discussed. It is in second normal form. Then you can see some color changes. One is in red color, one is in dark red color, one is in violet, etc. Okay. What is the case of color? That is that we are going to. That color is used to mention the dependency. You can simply define transitive dependency as a dependency that is inclined in the table in the group of non-prime attributes. Okay. You can see the red group: customer ID, customer name, customer address, customer phone, and sex. What is its dependency combination? If you get the customer ID, you can find out the customer's name, customer's address, customer phone number, etc. Right? Then you can see the doctor name, doctor ID, and doctor contact. If you get the doctor ID, you can find out his name and contact, etc. In the same case, item code also. If you get the item code, you can find out item name, rate, CGST percentage, and SGST percentage. Okay. Then, if you remaining all others are scattered in that table, that we just need. These are the dependencies inclined in that table. That type of dependency is called transitive dependency. In the condition for the normal form, there are two conditions. The first one is the table must be in second normal form. That's already mentioned. That table is already in second normal form. Then we have to check the case of transitive dependency. That's already seen. We have three transitive dependency exist in that both of these two tables. So our duty is to, if you are willing to make this database in third normal form, we have to change this database into this table into the table without having this transitive dependency. But let us see how can we change this transitive dependency. Then these are the two tables. We are splitting that at the medical bill table into three. The first one is medical bill itself. Just keep it there. You can just consider the second table. We are creating new table called customer. Okay, that means there is key is called customer ID. If you, the customer name, customer address, phone number, text, etc. are related to that customer ID. Then in the main table, we are keeping just the customer ID instead of customer name, address, phone number, etc. We are just keeping customer ID. So if you get that ID from the main table, you can find out his name and etc. from the customer table itself. What is the advantage? We are removing that redundancy. If the customer buys 100 times, you just notate his name and details etc. in once. If you have to change his phone number, you can change only in single row. That change will available in the table itself. That is why the database always following this normalization. Then the next table, the new table, doctor. If you change the doctor's phone number, no problem. You can change it in a single row. They are effectively available in every row. If you have to add a new doctor, so simple. You can directly add to the doctor table itself. Doesn't need a purchase or anything. Okay. Then the third table, item itself. Okay. If you get a new item will be introduced into the market, you can directly enter the details into item table. There is no need of purchase or there is no need of customer. Then you can create a new table item. Then the third one, what happened to our medical bill subtable? We again split that table into bill number, quantity, CGST, SGST, etc. Okay, these are the methods we are creating this second normal form table into third normal form. You just go through these tables. You can see that every table is directly dependent to the only into the key attributes. That means there doesn't exist any sort of transitive dependency. Okay. Then this table can be called as that is in third normal form. Then let us go through verifying anomalies. Now, just check the medical bill table. Just two or three fields. You can directly insert because you need one bill number, date, etc. Along with the doctor ID, patient ID, customer ID that is available in customer table. You can directly enter customer details. Doesn't need any purchase. You can add a doctor. You can remove a doctor. You can update the phone number of the doctor. You can update the phone number of the customer, address of the customer by a single line updation. Then you can add a new item, no need of sales or no need of recommendation. You can add CGST, you can update GST details, you can add new purchase, you can update details of purchase. Everything is very easy after the normal form. Then this is the summary of our session. We have already discussed the abnormal conditions of the database and that demand a normalized form of a database. What are the abnormal situations? The first one is made by the redundancy itself. We are storing the data in replication fashion. What the effect is, we have to update and change, or we will get meaningless data. Okay. Then the second one is we discussed about inconsistency. That means due to redundancy, we may get meaningless information, data, and that may lead to trouble. Then, what are the contributions of redundancy and inconsistency in the case of the database? They will make some anomalies and some problems in the case of insertion, deletion, and updation to the databases. Then, in the case of insertion, we already mentioned, in the case of insertion, you have to insert the entire data. You cannot insert a part. And in the case of deletion anomaly, if you remove something, sometimes it may lose another part of also. In the case of updation, you may lose the previous updates. That is the case of anomalies we already discussed. Then we have discussed the three normal forms. The first one is first normal form. First normal form address the multi-valued attributes. Second normal form address the partial dependency.